Zach Baby TV!
What's going on, guys? You have reached Zach Baby TV, and today I'm giving you a top 5 of the scariest horror movies from the 2000s. This is going to be a great countdown, guys. Now remember, this is for the 2000s. From 2000 to right now is early 2017. So it's going to be the top 5 scariest movies ever in the 2000s. So let's start off the countdown with number 5, which is The Ring. Rachel Keller is the journalist who decides to go undercover on a mysterious death of her niece and 3 friends, who seem to all died at the same day at the same time, 10 p.m. After being told that her niece was found in a closet with a horrifying look on her face, she searches through her room and finds some pictures. Pictures of a cabin where her niece and her friends had stayed a week before their deaths. Then, Rachel finds the cabin and finds an unknown video there. She decides to watch it there, and now has only a limited time to live. She and her divorced husband, Noah, research about the video and find facts about Anna Morgan and her daughter Samora Morgan, the maker of this deadly video. With only a week left, Rachel and Noah discover the unknown secrets of the life of Samora Morgan and, hopefully for them, a way to break the curse. Now I'm telling you guys, I saw this movie back in high school and it was freaky as hell. Alright? I can't tell you how many times I jumped. Woo! Yeah, I'm telling you, it was pretty scary. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Now, they made a sequel of it recently, and it was horrible, in my opinion. But the original deserved its spot as number 5 in the countdown of the scariest movies of the 2000s. Now, the countdown continues. Now we're down to number 4. And number 4 would have to be Annabelle. In Santa Monica, California, Mia and John Gordon are happily married and Mia is pregnant. John is concluding the medical school and does not have much time to give attention to his beloved wife, so he buys an ancient and rare doll named Annabelle for her collection, but soon their next door neighbors are attacked by 2 members of a satanic cult that break in their house and attack them after killing the neighbors. Mia and John are saved by the police officers, and Mia needs to rest until the delivery. But there is a fire in their house, and Mia early delivers a baby girl, Leia. The family moves into an apartment in Pasadena, but first Mia throws the doll Annabelle away in the garbage. However, she finds the doll in a box while unpacking things in their new home. Weird things happen to Mia, and she befriends Evelyn, who works in a bookstore, and she learns about an evil cult that wants Leia's soul. When John and Mia summons Father Perez to help them with Annabelle, evil is stronger than the priest. Oh yeah, and he is sent injured to the hospital. Poor Father, who may save Leia's life and soul now. This is a great freaking movie. Very scary. Not the best, but it is number 4 in the countdown, guys. And I'm telling you, I will never buy a doll. Especially an old, scary as hell looking one. Yeah. No freaking way. Number 3 on the countdown, guys, is really a mind twist beyond belief. Number 3 is going to be the original Silent Hill. This movie is about Rose, who takes her adopted daughter Sharon to the town of Silent Hill, for which Sharon cries while sleepwalking. Arriving at Silent Hill, Rose is involved in a car accident and awakens to find Sharon missing. While searching for her daughter, she finds a local cult while uncovering Sharon's connection to the town's past. Oh my gosh. So much freaky stuff happens on this movie, guys. It is unbelievable. This film came out in 2006 with estimated $50 million budget, which was shot on sound sets in locations in Canada, St. Thomas, Ontario. Wow. Grossing nearly $100 million worldwide, people praise the films, and that's why it is number 3 on this countdown. There's so many creepy things that happen. Watch the movie for yourself and be a critic. But this movie is scary as all hell, just unbelievably a mind twist. You will not know what the hell is going on, but it is freaky as hell. If you've never played the video game, play the video game, then watch the movie, and it'll just blow your freaking mind. Now guys, that is number 3 on the countdown. Silent Hill is beyond a mind twist. It's almost like a different realm. You know what I mean? I can't even explain this movie to you guys. You have to watch it for yourself. It is scary as hell. It's freaking ridiculous. I own it. I know. This movie is woo! I'm telling you, it's freaky. Now they made a part 2. Horrible. Oh, it sucked. Yeah, it had some jump scares in it, but it was nothing to the original from 2006. Check that movie out, guys. Seriously. Now, we are down to number 2, guys. And number 2 would have to be Insidious Chapter 1. The teacher, Josh Lambert, and his wife, Renee, move with their 3 children, the boys, Dalton and Foster, and their baby, Callie, to a big house, a really big house. When Dalton is exploring the attic, he falls from the ladder and hits his head on the floor. On the next morning, Dalton does not wake up and stays in a coma, but the doctors are not able to diagnose his problem. 3 months later, weird things start to happen in the house, and Renee seems really awkward about it. She is sure that the house is haunted, and convinces Josh to move to a smaller house. Soon, Renee sees ghosts in the new house, and Josh does not believe his wife, but his mother, Lorraine, tells him that she also had some kind of a vision of a fiend in Dalton's room. They invite the medium and Lorraine's old friend, Elise Rainier, who brings her team of ghost hunters, Specs and Tucker, to investigate the supernatural phenomenon. Elise explains that Dalton is a traveler with the ability of leaving his physical body and travel in astral projection. Now his spiritual body is lost in the place called the Further that is not for the living, and entities are gathered trying to get inside his empty physical body. Among these entities, there is a demon that needs Dalton's body to cause pain to others. Further, Lorraine discloses that Josh is also a gifted traveler and must seek out Dalton in the Further to bring him back. You guys, this movie is another mind twist as well. Not like number 3 that had a lot of gore and a lot of violence. This movie is suspenseful, thriller, jump scare, freaking scary movie, okay? Now, for us Catholics out there, the Further, to me, in my opinion, may coincide with purgatory, but no one really knows. But basically, that movie is freaking crazy as hell. And the dad that plays in the movie is Nighthawk from The Watchmen. That guy is freaking cool. That is number 2. That movie's freaking ridiculously scary. Check it out. Period. Alright guys, we're down to number 1. And I'm pretty freaking scared to talk about it, alright? But I got my cheetah blankie and my maroon big sofa pillow over here. And a Pepsi, of course. Because we're going to talk about number 1, which is The Conjuring Part 2. In 1976, paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren document the Amityville murders at the Amityville house to determine if a demonic presence was truly responsible for the mass murderers for the family of November 13, 1974. Oh my goodness. During the sense, Lorraine is drawn into a vision where she relieves the murders and discovers a demonic nun figure which strangles her. After seeing Ed being fatally killed, Lorraine is able to break out of the vision. 1 year later, in 1977, the Hodgkinson family begins to discover strange occurrences within their home in London, England. Janet, the second oldest of 4 children, is seen sleepwalking and conversing in her dreams with an entity in form of an angry elderly man who insists that the house is his. Eventually, the siblings of the house and their mom Peggy witness paranormal events occurring right before their eyes, forcing them to seek refuge with their neighbor's home. When the media attempts to interview the Hodgkinsons, Janet is possessed by the spirit of the elderly man, Bill Wilkins, who is revealed to have previously lived there and died in that house. During the possession, Wilkins states that he enjoys tormenting the family and wants to claim back his home. As Janet begins to show more signs of demonic possession, the story eventually reaches the Warrens, who are requested to assist the local church in the investigation and prove whether or not this is a hoax. Lorraine, in fear of her vision of Ed's death becoming reality, warns him not to get too involved in the case and reluctantly agrees to travel to London. She has yet another vision of the demonic nun in Ed's study wherein the demon says its name, which Lorraine scribbles in her Bible. While staying at the Hutchinson's residence, Ed and Lorraine consist of the other paranormal investigators investigate the case. With their attempt to communicate with Wilkins' spirit, hoping to convince him to stop haunting the family, one night after the Hutchinsons witness Janet being possessed, Gregory presents video evidence of Janet purposely wrecking the kitchen as if it was a prank, thereby discrediting the haunting. Based on this discovery, Ed and Lorraine have no choice but to lead the family on their own, but soon discover that the spirit of Wilkins is only a pawn being manipulated by the demonic nun to haunt Janet and break their will. Oh my gosh. Lorraine then realizes that her abilities have been blocked by the demonic spirit that have been haunting her in her visions. Ed and Lorraine quickly return to the Hutchinson residence, only to find Janet being possessed once more and the rest of the Hutchinsons locked outside of their house. Ed ventures inside the house alone. A lightning strike hits a nearby tree, leaving a jagged stump resembling the object that impales Ed in Lorraine's vision of his death. Ed finds Janet standing near the window, ready to leap onto the stump and commit suicide. He manages to grab Janet right in the nick of time, but finds himself holding onto a curtain that is being torn from its rings by his weight and Janet's weight together, little by little. Lorraine remembers that she wrote the demon's name in the Bible during her vision. She enters the house and confronts the demon named Valak, addressing it by its name and successfully condemning it back to hell. Janet is freed of her possession and Lorraine pulls Ed and Janet to safety in the nick of time. Whew. You guys, this one's for you. This movie was probably one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. I saw this movie in theaters, and I'm telling you, I jumped so many frickin' times, I lost count. Yeah. The nun is frickin' scary as hell. And if you watch the very end scene when Lorraine says his name and casts his ugly ass back to hell, you see its true figure form in the shadow distance behind the figure of the nun. See? The nun was just the visual, but that wasn't the nature of the beast. Do me a favor and get to that scene right when she casts him to hell. Press pause, play, pause, play, pause, play. You'll see the horns come out of the head. Small at first, then massive horns, and you see this huge beast of a demon. Head like a frickin' goat, whatever. Scary as hell, guys, I'm telling you. Had this big old face of a frickin' bull with a huge horns, and then it's frickin' gone. Scary as hell, guys. Number 1 in the countdown of the scariest horror movies in the 2000s. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna find a safe place to hide. See ya!